Hello and welcome to the Magic Sponge Series 2. Me, Rob Beckett, Jimmy Bullard and Ian Smith. Happy to be back?
Yeah.
Buzzing.
You've had a bacon sandwich?
I know, thank you. Yeah, we just...
I didn't make it.
No, I'm saying thank you for waiting.
Oh, okay. And our guest is Kevin Gallen.
Morning.
Thanks, Kev. Yeah,
thanks for coming, Kevin.
No worries.
Everyone happy to be back?
Buzzing, Rob. Yeah, on the word on the street is get the sponge back. And we're fucking back! So, yeah, you know, it's been... Yeah, I've been in the jungle. I've been doing bits and pieces. We've already spoke about that, so I'm not going to bring that up again.
You've been on the telly, haven't you, mate? Loads.
I have. I've been ripping the arse out of it. So, great agent. He's the only agent that takes 50%. There you go.
I will be happy you saying that, won't he?
So you're on Match of the Day?
I was on Match of the Day, yes.
We do
the internet.
We do have a quick question for you. Just before we start, I think it's probably best to address it. This one is from Ray Don. Can you ask Jimmy why he started to cross-dress?
I don't know. I just like female clothing. There isn't no reason.
How many sparkly blouses do you own?
I haven't changed my sex life or anything. I don't go after men. Just like wearing blouses now. Sometimes, not all the time. I've got a denim shirt. Today I've come as a fucking cowboy.
Yeah, true.
So that's very masculine.
It's just the FA Cup outfit caused a Twitter storm.
No, all it was a black leopard print shirt, and people go up there. It's because I'm sitting next to Gary, who's got like a three-piece on, and Shearer, who's got
about
a three-piece
4
on.
buttons and...
Yeah, but that's like cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like cool. You're from up north. You ain't got a clue. So you can't start.
Did you see his outfit, Kevin?
I did, yes, it's lovely.
What's it? Nice, isn't it?
My missus was jealous.
The thing is, I don't think the outfits are that bad. I think it's just because everyone's expecting a footballer who would normally just wear like a suit on Match of the Day. You've changed the game. You've turned it up on...
It's their fault for tarnishing people, see?
Yeah.
Should tarnish people.
Putting people in boxes.
Anyway,
if you're going to put someone in a box, they're going to end up wearing a blouse.
Wait until I'm on next time.
Are you going on again?
Full blast dress.
You're on it, dude. That'd be so funny.
next to Shearer.
With an acid face on the front.
Also, do you know we've had over 1 million listens to these podcasts? It's good, isn't it?
Not surprised.
Wow, yeah.
No?
Number one, we're going to number one spot, aren't we?
We've got... It's Radio 4 we've got
Yeah.
to get
Yeah, we're going to get Skinner. Is it Skinner, innit?
Frank Skinner. Yeah, I think he's knocking about. Absolutely. Yeah. Also, we should probably properly introduce Kevin Gallen. I've got some information about you, Kevin. You can tell me if this is right or not. Former England under-21 striker.
Yeah, that's correct.
Signed professional contract as a 17-year-old and went on to play 379 league games.
No, more than that.
Okay, and scored.
You up. Google's wrong.
That's just for QPR.
That was just that was a game you probably should have forgotten. And
That's true. That's 400 worth.
I'm just talking about the good ones.
And you scored about 50.
I've actually played more top flight games than you, Kevin.
Probably.
And you played for QPR.
I did play for QPR for a long time, just round the corner from where we are now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also,
this is my area.
It is. I've got another question for you off Twitter. Jamie Lana said, "Does Kevin miss the school disco in Hammersmith?" Did you go? I know you said apparently you tried to buy his tie for 20 quid.
I don't know about that, but you know when you're under the influence, you can do all sorts of things.
Fair,
but
mate,
just literally round the corner.
Kevin, I've been drunk before. I don't start trying to buy ties off people.
Well, it was school disco. I didn't have my tie. I went casual. I went like Jimmy Bullard on Match of the Day.
It's got a sparkly blouse on.
I had the rug out and everything.
When we went out drinking with Paul Robinson, like goalkeeper, it started raining. He was offering people like 40, 60 quid for their umbrellas. Yeah. Just going around like, what's
a little bit chazzy, that.
Yeah, he would get his hair wet, didn't he?
Big time. Fucking what hair?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
All right, okay.
Bit of fun, wasn't it?
Too early,
did you want to do your quiz?
I've got
Kevin?
a quiz.
Just sort of introduce Kevin with your quiz,
Yeah.
and then we can crack on with the,
So I haven't got a name for this quiz. I call it
Quiz.
Kevin's quiz about Kevin. It's all about you.
That's cool.
This is a good way to.
We need to quiz about Kevin.
What about... Okay, so, seeing as though it's the second series, I thought we'd talk about returns. So, when you Guy, I haven't prepared this.
Don't embarrass me.
It's all right, mate.
Don't embarrass me with a million people.
You returned to QPR, so you had 2 spells there.
Yeah.
Now, you were... When you... oh, fuck.
Come on, mate, just speak.
Yes, I
me?
All right, I'm really nervous. You were injured. Right,
He played 17 times the QPR, mate.
In 17
nailed this.
seasons, won a season.
I've googled the shit out of this. I'm ready. Right, you were injured against the team, and then when you returned from injury, you scored the winner against that same team. Can you remember the name of that team?
What are you talking about?
This is
That's
what do you
complete
mean?
rubbish.
No,
That's
it
not
isn't.
even true.
It is right.
I got injured against Portsmouth, and then when I returned, I scored against Swindon.
Did you? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Fucking
It's
hell.
in his Wikipedia page. This is
Go on, then,
bullshit.
Go on, then. What was
Yeah,
the
let's
answer?
have-
What
let's
was
see
the answer in your
well,
head?
Portsmouth, apparently.
Yeah, I got injured against Portsmouth.
And then you scored the winner against Portsmouth?
No, I got injured scoring the winner against
Did
Portsmouth.
you?
Can't
Oh,
you read?
fair enough.
So he got injured scoring the winner, and then
did you-
Against Portsmouth.
and then returned and scored against Swindon.
All right, mate. You're looking at me like you know Wikipedia
no.
off
Well,
by
I'm
heart.
just trying to.
This is a
Sure, you got
farce.
another one. You got.
I've got.
You don't get two.
No,
more.
we've got
Sorry,
some, yeah.
this will be all right. You broke the scoring records. Records?
It's English. Kev, speaking to you like you're Spanish.
Broke the scoring records at
He's come from
QPR
Atletico
youth
Bilbao
level.
today.
But whose QPR youth level scoring records did you break?
Jimmy Greaves.
Jimmy Greaves.
But he didn't play for QPR.
Didn't
He
he?
played-
Shit my pants. No fucking way.
So Jimmy Greaves never-
Jimmy Greaves apparently played at QPR youth level.
No, I broke the scoring record for the South East counties, and Jimmy Greaves held it before.
You need to update your own Wikipedia
How
page.
do you
Do
do
it
it? I've
yourself.
obviously won them.
Right.
Ian,
These are all going to
I don't
be.
think you've read this
Ian, some
properly.
of your.
This third question's that fucking Swindon one, which I've got wrong.
So why is it the same question?
Let's
again?
fuck that off.
No,
right.
what's your third? Say
The
your
third question is 2 days after your return in 2001, you scored and
2
set
days?
up
I've done me
2
cruise
goals.
shirt. I've recovered in 2 days. I was out for nearly 2 years.
The quickest recovery known by man.
2 days after his return.
Kevin Gallen, Unbreakable, Bruce Willis.
Days after he's done his
Oh my god. 2 days.
Got a bit of DB on it, had a
2 days
bath.
after you brought me back.
How long did it take you? 2
fucking
days.
18 months.
He's been through 3 clubs before these are sorted.
QPR
hard.
physio's great though, isn't he?
He is top. Jesus Christ.
if only he could have sorted out Aaron Redknapp's knees.
Bring him back.
Question number 4. This will probably be wrong. How many goals have you scored for QPR overall?
97.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Now you're
Which is
talking.
in ranking. What is that in terms of like?
I think it's
How many
6 or
games,
7.
Yes, six.
800.
Got some. I'm over the moon with this. So yeah, the 6th highest in club history.
Yes.
Bobby Zamora will be chasing you down though, won't
Yeah,
he?
he's got a long way to go.
He's got 7.
And last question: How many
one good
goals
one.
did you score for Braintree Town?
Oh, I like that. That's a good question. 1.
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you remember Braintree Town's mascot?
Of course I can't.
Iron Innes, the giant crowbar.
Are you sure? That's not
That's how
Scunthorpe.
fucking rough Braintree is. Mascot's a crowbar.
So I think that's you officially introduced, Kevin.
Yeah,
that's a
it's a
fair
successful
representation.
quiz,
That's
wasn't it?
actually covered my whole life.
Is there
that
anything
did.
we missed from your career? Like any big, what's the highlights that we've missed?
There's a lot of low lights, but yeah. Highlights? Nah,
That's about it, isn't it?
that's pretty much covered everything.
Well, you know, I think to be fair, you can't really get.
Let's get him on.
All the best.
Oh yeah, well I was just say we've had loads of tweets about the Magic Sponge. You've said your Twitter's been going a bit heavy duty.
Seriously, it's gone really well. The first, should we call it the first series?
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause, yeah, this one's a second, so
Even like just when I go out or bump into someone on the tube or wherever I am, I'm getting people come up to me, mention it.
Yeah.
It's good though, isn't it?
it's good.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
keep getting called you're a prick because of mentioning that
It's just
one
because of
person.
you. It's got fuck all to do with the sponge.
But no, look, but it's nice to get nice people. Like Reggie said, the Rob Beckett and Jimmy Bullard podcast. Sorry, Ian, you're not mentioning
Hang on a
this.
second. Who's this Reggie prick?
Reggie says,
Reggie Disley.
Reggie Disley.
Reggie Disley. So you said Disley, mate. You sound like that, like a fit character in Red Dwarf, Dwayne Dibley. It's not the best put down, is it? Reggie did. He's got a picture of him with his 4 mates, and I reckon they're his only
Yeah, but to be
mates.
fair, when you get your full-time Red Devils tweets, we're not included in those, are we?
Yeah.
So he's got the Rob Beckett and Jimmy Bullard podcast are fucking brilliant. Had me in bits. Any new ones? #Magic Sponge. Quite a polite way of doing it. But I don't know about you, but I'm getting people going, "When's the next episode? You fucking lazy prick!"
I've had a few of them.
Bastard. Like,
Yeah.
like, they don't pay for it. I've been busy paying my fucking mortgage off with paid gigs. These podcast peasants digging me out for a freebie.
They're our fans, Rob.
Well, they're not, are they? Reggie, people like Reggie are our, not Ian's, but they're
not
our
my
fans.
I don't care for any of them.
They are.
I
I
just
just
like it if someone.
But it's nice if you have to be, if you know, just be polite about it, isn't it? You don't have to be so.
yeah, that is a bit spiteful.
Oh, there's also one here as well said, from Rob Smiles, so funny how wound up Jimmy Bullard gets about Pardew.
Yeah, I don't bring him up. Fuck that.
Well, I do feel like we should have an update on old Chocolado himself because we've had
like him.
No, but basically,
Not that I've disgone.
we've had loads of tweets about it. Pards only went and won. Pards, what a guy. Let's all talk about Pards. #Magic Sponge. I've missed Magic Sponge. Would have to have liked to hear Bullard's view on Pards going to Palace and turning it round.
Connect right. I'm going
Basically,
to.
Kevin,
I'm not. Series 2, I'm not going to talk about Alan Pardew once. He's
Well, you've
chocolate.
literally done that already.
He loves himself. We all know he loves himself. And everyone at Palace loves him at the minute. That's fine. But
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about him.
All right, okay.
I know
It
loads
just
of
makes me
managers
feel
with chocolate.
sick. Yeah, not like him.
I'm telling you.
Fucking, I'm telling
John
you now.
Gregory. That is chocolate.
Why is John Gregory so chocolate?
He'd be in the dressing room, in our dressing room, like, you know, in the dressing room,
yeah.
managers don't really come in.
Yeah.
He'd be in there, got any gel, lads? In the mirror, doing the barnet, dyeing it. We're looking at it. Is this geezer for real? Got any gel? Let me drop you. Fuck off. No, I haven't. Get your own. Got enough money. Just slicking it back. Slicking it.
To be fair,
He's
the way he bums
chocolate.
about, he's chocolado, yeah.
He'd be turning up in my bar in a white linen outfit.
That's what Pardew does. That's what Pardew does.
They just sacked me. Go away.
Gregory's turned up dressed as Bullard.
Yeah.
No, I swear, what we got to do then, we've got to get Pards and Gregory in the same team, assistant and him. Fucking
no.
it'd be like a Twix.
No.
Both of them standing there like that.
Be knives everywhere.
So, what do you think of Pardew? Have you worked with Pardew?
No, I haven't, but... yeah, I suppose he's a bit chocolate reading between the
He's
lines,
having
isn't he?
himself a little
He is
bit,
loving
yeah.
himself, yeah.
You said you worked for played for loads of managers.
Yeah,
and some
there's
of it.
like... Can't you tell? I get a lot of managers to sack.
Who's the best manager you've had?
Oh, God. Well...
Not for football, for a nice... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
nice bloke.
stories?
Ray Wilkins was top man.
Yeah.
Nice bloke. Really nice.
Next
And
door
good. I
neighbour.
played... Is he? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, he's a great bloke. Jerry Francis, he's the only manager I know other than John Gregory
Is
who's
there?
got,
Similar barnet
who's
to
got
me.
a hairdryer in the dressing room
Oh, has
for
he?
the old mullet at the
Oh,
back,
that-
curling it.
It feels like that haircut needs an intervention. You should that haircut worked for a bit, but come on,
He
mate.
had a little trim. I see him. He had a trim the other day. It's still the mullet, but it ain't as long.
Yeah.
It's still. He
It's
had a little
awful,
trim.
isn't
Didn't
it?
he had a little trim on Sky there. I see that, but it's still the cockerel we used to
The
call
first
him.
appearance I had on Sky, right, was me and Jerry Francis with two mullets of all mullets, and we're like that, looking at each other. And he said, I ain't got a lot of work. I said, you should phone WWF Wrestling up. You'd be good at... Didn't he look like a wrestler?
He is
Imagine
strong.
him in the
He's
ears,
strong,
Tom, a
by
big
the
barnet
way.
like that.
He's a strong bloke. You try and get the ball off him when he was about 60, no chance. Absolutely
around
leading
him.
injury.
Do you reckon that's where he's
Took
nicked all the scissors and no one can get them off him?
He just couldn't get round him. He's like, take 5 minutes just to get round the body.
What about the worst managers?
Oh,
This is a long list.
John Gregory.
We got a new one this series, and it is Jonathan Gregory.
Oh no, I've got a few. I had Di Matteo for a bit.
Roberto Di Matteo?
Yeah, we didn't get on
What
Did
club
you
was
not?
that?
at MK Dons.
Yeah.
We
What?
didn't get on because he wouldn't play me, and I weren't happy with that.
Yeah.
So you don't really get on with managers when you don't play, obviously. But there was a couple of times I remember I think we were playing Yeovil at home, and we were playing 4-5-1. So we've got one striker on the pitch, So I'm thinking, well, every other striker's injured. I'm definitely going to get on the bench today.
On the bench, he's like...
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get on the bench here.
Not even in the line.
Not even lying. I could have. I knew that weren't going to happen, but you've got to put me on the bench because you've got to have at least one centre forward on the bench. Usually two. I mean, Warnock would have three. At least every manager would have two strikers to change it up. We've only got two fit strikers. One's playing. Weren't even on the bench. I nearly had a heart attack. Is this geezer for real? I pulled him after the week. You didn't even put me on. He didn't even one. Yeah, we had two strikers. I went, no, you didn't. I said he was injured. I went, and then
what's happened to him
now? Then he wins the European Cup, and I nearly cried. No, actually, I did cry. He was right all along.
I knew he knew what he was doing. Fucking good gaffer.
Not only was it Chelsea, who I don't particularly like, but fucking won a European Cup. I was absolutely booing. I was booing. All my mates just get, can you believe it? No, I can't.
Gutted, furious.
Yeah, oh no, it was just sad. Sad for football.
Also, one other quick question: have you ever seen any fights at the training ground? That's something I think most football fans quite like to hear.
Yeah, I love a good fight story.
Had a fight a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Little tear
Yeah, just tear up, yeah.
Just if you get stressed.
Yeah, but if someone tackles you in training, and then you just get, what are you fucking doing? Fuck off, and it's all that shit. And it's just coming in, and then it's all a little bit of handbags, and then everyone just jumps in.
Yeah.
Everyone jumps in.
Because you know it's going to get broken up when there's that many players.
Yeah, so when you're like fighting Mick Harford, you just give it, come on then, and then...
I think I've mentioned Mick a few times on this, but fucking he was one hard man.
Who's Mick Harford?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't even dare fight him that bad. I'm actually do a bit of work with him, so I'm only messing. I never... Right, Mick.
Mickey boy. See, we got to try and get Mickey on here.
Mick Harford.
That would be good.
Have you ever seen him have a fight with anyone then?
No, but I've heard a lot of good stories about it, and it is absolutely...
Can you tell us any?
Of course I can. Well, just before because he was another manager I had at Luton, and the lads used to tell me who was there before. So Mick now is he's like quite calm. He's not like you'd think now.
Yeah.
But before, and he'd even say that, but before there'd be stuff like, there was a trialist turned up at, I think a trialist turned up from Portugal or something at Luton, and they're playing a five-a-side, and he's nutmegged Mick, right? So they've all the lads go, Mick, so then Mick's playing like centre forward, and the ball's down the other end, and all they heard was, and then they turned round, and the poor lad's nose splattered on the floor.
A bit late that one, Mick. Ball's up the other end.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the rule of thought is never nutmeg
Was
Mick
he
Harford.
the manager then?
No, he was just the coach.
He was reffing the game.
No, but he's nice. He really is a nice bloke.
But he is.
He's so
don't nutmeg him.
Yeah, but he's just don't nutmeg
I was
him
with
ever.
MK Dons. Last time I went out of him, we went out for I think it's like a Christmas do, and we was in London. I was with Ian Wright was a coach as well, Micky Harford, and about 10 of the boys. And long story short, really, one of the boys started having a square up with this bloke, like these two Irish bars in the blokes in the bar. And Mick went, "Don't worry, I'll sort that out if it goes off." It's all gone off. But the young centre arse nutted this fella in a bar. Yeah. Mick just jumped in and started doing all these crazy karate moves. Like, this is why you got to film this.
Like a fashioner in the jungle.
He's got this bloke up. I'm moving everyone. He's got this bloke up. He's gone, hiya! Chopped him. Do you remember, I swear on my life, do you remember Tommy Cooper back? Because Mick's hands are the size of his table. Yeah. I swear he just went, wah! Like, he whacked the fella around the side. He went about 50 yards down the road. He hit the other one and the whole bar was just gone. He's took the whole top bar completely long. But he turns around and guess what? He's he's laughing. He loves it.
He's the funniest bloke you'd ever be great on it, actually.
I've run behind Righty, and Righty's gone, oh no, of all people, Micky Harford.
Loved a bit of Harford.
Quality.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on.
Yeah, we will. He's brilliant.
Karate
And he was one of the, he's one of the old school Wimbledon players, weren't
he?
Was he? Yeah. To go back with, we had on...
He's only one
Wally Downs.
Wally Downs.
He didn't get the Skinner, did he, when they all went round? I think Vinny said, right, Skinner. Went to Mick, now you're all right.
He said to me, I'd love a story with Mick just quickly if you want to put it in.
Mick Harford.
I love Mick. I think he deserves his time.
Yeah.
I went, what was the worst thing you've ever done on the pitch? Because I was just fishing for things that he'd done. He went, once, I went up for a fucking corner, felt some bloke grab my shoulder like I've cracked him with an elbow, broke his nose, it's only my own keeper. So basically, you broke your own keeper's nose. He went, yeah, and he's a good mate of mine. It didn't go down too well. Like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? He said, I didn't even look. I just swung one. Clark, imagine that. Like, back in the day, I'd have cried. But that's what he's like. But cross the white line, absolute animal this side. How many did you meet like that? I've met a few like that. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You weren't a dirty player, though. You weren't.
Nah, not at all.
No.
Nah. Jimmy was much harder than me.
Fucking no, I'd run. I got me injury and I wouldn't go over a tackle again. It was embarrassing. I remember this game once, Hull was playing against Blackburn. I forget his name now. And this ball was like, it's a 50-50. Gallagher. Do you know Gallagher who plays for Blackburn?
Kevin Gallagher, the forward.
Paul Gallagher.
Preston now.
Always remember this,
What a
right?
scout I am.
And it's like a 50, you're a top scout.
Yes.
It's like a ball coming centre of the pitch. I remember it. It's like 50-50 and we're both running and just both left it. And we heard some of the players go, shit houses. I'm like, oh, that looks so bad. And then we both jumped in and went, like we really meant it.
So you busy at transfer window time then with the scouting or?
Yeah, I mean, I just go to 2 or 3 games a week. It's all right. Sometimes it's like really good because you just sort of meet people and you just watch a football match. And then sometimes I feel like, look, because I'm a QPR fan, I wouldn't mind going to QPR today. Or Cambridge or QPR, Man United. You know, what shall I do? Decisions. Yeah. QPR always wins.
Yeah. Still speak to some of the players down there, Chris?
Not really, but I know a lot of people. My brother's still there. Yeah. My brother's the under 21 manager there, so right. And I speak to I know the physio. The feeling, Harry, I just feel. I don't think it's because of his knees at all.
Yeah.
Is that what's come out? I've missed all kinds.
Yeah, he said it's because he needs surgery on his knees.
I think everyone knows he's had a bad knee for a while.
Good one.
I think what happened in the transfer window, and he didn't get any players in. Yeah. And I think he just.
So basically, there's a whole transfer window, and they didn't sign anyone, and then. As a coincidence, the day after transfer window, he resigned because his knee went.
The first time a manager.
I don't know if he was trying to sign a knee replacement.
Someone said he's not a player.
So surely he can still manage with a bad knee, though.
Yeah. Well, no, his knee's bad, but I don't know. I think
he does need an operation.
He does. But
yeah,
I think if he'd got the players in, he would have stayed. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. What was his knees like at West Ham?
It was fine.
Not a problem.
A bit of a weird question. I didn't really look at a manager's knees. Harry, how's your knees, Gav?
Just in case I'll get asked in 10 years' time. So you think it's just... He just wants to get out of there?
I think a bit of both. I think he might have went. I think that the crowd sort of had turned. But I actually thought done all right because... When he took over, the morale was awful. We had the worst team ever. And then, to be fair, we got up on the first time of asking. And the teams that got relegated with us, like Wigan and Reading, Wigan are second bottom of the Championship. Reading are like bottom half.
That's a quick
we went up. And it's very difficult to get relegated and come straight back up. So we did it. At the moment, we're still 19th, but we're like 4 points off 13th or 14th. So it's a lot to play for. Bad, So I just think there's,
Who do you want as new manager?
Me.
Would you do it?
Of course I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I've done all my coaching badges, so that's what I want to get into eventually. But it's difficult. But no, who do I want? I don't know. Whoever takes over, it's going to be tough. It's a tough
Who's
job.
in the act? Do we know who's in the act?
Yeah,
Sherwood,
Tim Sherwood, I think is
really?
likely. I think it's going to be Tim Sherwood.
Les Ferdinand is director of football.
Les Ferdinand's director of football, and they've got a good connection.
He's directed anything he's left, has he? Les Ferdinand. I don't know. It sounds like for a business position, director of football, doesn't it?
What does he do?
He just directs.
He's directed a corner, so I'll say director.
Director of football's a weird one. It's just like a sort of a chief. He's head of everything in the football related to the club.
He's a head of football.
Head of football. Basically like an old school manager, like Alex Ferguson was manager of the football club.
Oh, and then you have director of football and then head coach as opposed to
manager.
Arsene Wenger's manager, and he does both.
Yeah, so you got the old school situation of Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Who else would be out there? I mean,
Wenger's the same, isn't he? Manager.
Mourinho would be in charge of everything. Players coming in, do you know what I mean? Obviously not the contracts because that's business side of it. But this sort of situation with Les will be getting the players in, and there's the players to the coach, go on, coach them, whatever. So.
Oh, okay. I think you meant like just to a coach. So you get on there, go to the match,
come back,
score. Basically a back-seated manager.
Yeah. So it's one of those.
Ian, it's time for your feature.
Is it?
Yeah, where you'll go to visit football teams and clubs and
Yeah.
do some interviews. But what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to play the feature out now, then have a chat about it. But
Yeah.
you've not done it.
Well, yeah. Well, it's a bit like this quiz that I did. It's all gone to shit, really, hasn't it? I'm gonna go talk to Dulwich Hamlet.
Why Dulwich Hamlet? Is that because it's the nearest club to your house?
Yeah, it's the nearest club to my house. It's at the back of Sainsbury's.
It's quite a well-known club, though, Dulwich.
Yeah.
They wear pink and blue still. Have you done any research?
Yes, they do.
You've done your research?
Yeah, they still wear pink and blue, and their away kits are sort of
Pink and blue.
pink and blue as well. Yeah, but they've only got one kit. If they play away games, they just do skins. They just take shirts off.
Well, you can find that out when you go and do the thing.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to talk to them, and then I think we've all got to pretend that I've just done a really interesting thing. So like on free, if everyone goes like, oh,
yeah. So basically, what we do is if you throw to the new feature you haven't done yet, and then we'll go quiet for a minute, and then we'll come back and pretend that it's happened, and we can talk about it.
Yeah. All right.
So do you want to?
Okay. So I went down to Dulwich Hamlet to meet some people who work there and ask them some questions about some things.
About their football team.
Yeah,
innit?
about the football team.
And we can
at the
hear
back
that
of
now, can't we?
Sainsbury's. Yes. Ian Smith here, trying to add a bit of serious content to the Magic Sponge. So what I'm doing is I'm going around football clubs, poking my nose through the door and saying, "Oi, what's what round here? Someone tell me something." And a lot of the time, clubs don't seem willing to speak to me in person, so I'm just doing it over the telephone. First up is my local London club, right by the back of Sainsbury's. It's Dulwich Hamlet. So, Micky, you've been a fan of the club for years, and you're currently on the unpaid board of directors. What's your role at the club, and why aren't they paying you?
I'm a supporter. That's all. We don't have a board of directors. We're a football management committee, and we're all volunteers.
And you guys seem to be doing pretty well in terms of audience numbers. Like, I've been reading that you get 500,000 fans sometimes. That seems pretty good for non-league. What do you think makes the club so popular?
I think the final audience is going to the theatre. We get crowds, and we call them supporters. There's a real community feel about the club.
One last question to do with the football on the pitch. Jimmy Bullard, he, for some reason unknown to us, he absolutely hates Alan Pardew. And we know that he's an ex-Hamlet player. So have you ever met Alan Pardew, and do you have any thoughts on him?
Wonderful footballer when he plays for us. There was one time, 1985, we went on end-of-season tour to Malta. He turned up late at the airport, but managed to catch the flight in time. Let's just say he wasn't quite sober. He has a pair of trainers tied around his neck, a tennis racket in hand, and he's forgotten to pack his football boots.
Did he know what sport he was playing then?
I'm not sure where he'd come from that day, but he'd had a good day out, wherever he'd been.
Next up is a moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for me, Ian Smith, to grill Phil Wilson, Dulwich Hamlet goalkeeper, about how he looks after his bloody hands. I worry about goalkeepers. Like, if you were to get into a fight, you can't use your hands. So I was thinking, do you have to learn like a leg-based martial arts, like capoeira?
I tend to go for a grip, if anything, maybe a bear hug. It looks more peaceful that way as well.
Yeah, you can pass it off as like you're having a hug, but you know what you're doing.
That's it, yeah.
You're a teacher. I was wondering, do the kids ever try and throw things at you to sort of test your reflexes?
If I'm in a position, they'll get a lot of don't drop that comments and things like that.
Because you're a teacher, how far do you think you could throw an 11-year-old?
Not as far as I can throw a football, and that's not very far either.
Do you use a hands-free phone? Like right now in our conversation, are you holding the phone? Or are you on speaker?
I am holding the phone and haven't dropped it once.
You probably get bored of just being near the goalposts. So at the home ground, would you ever consider maybe putting some flowers around it, or having like a rock garden or a water feature?
It's not something I've thought about, no.
There must be something. The local Sainsbury's, I reckon, should be sort of supporting that kind of thing.
Perhaps, yeah. We'll see if we can get a sponsorship deal.
I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, but I think that's some of the best hands-based journalism you are going to get on a comedy podcast featuring Rob Beckett and Jimmy Bullard ever. Now, if that hasn't quenched your thirst for information on Dulwich Hamlet, you can always check out their website, www, which stands for the World Wide Web, dulwichhamletfc.co.uk.
Oh, that was really good, that, Ian. What an interesting
What are they
piece.
like? What are they like?
Wasn't it great? His bit about Dulwich Hamlet.
Oh my God, who was that?
That was Steve.
Steve Hamlet, wasn't it?
Steve Hamlet, yeah. That was Phil Wilson, the goalkeeper for Dulwich Hamlets, talking about a live tiger in his own living room.
Yeah.
Would you, Adam and Eva?
No. Would you have played non-league if you didn't make it at the top level? Would you have still played?
I did play non-league.
No, but like for your whole career, would you have carried on with it? And
I think so, yeah. I think, if you love footy, if you like playing, you play to the best you can.
what do you reckon you would have done if you only did football, didn't supplement your full wage?
Yeah.
What do you reckon other career path do you reckon you would have
You
done?
know, I haven't got a clue, really. Because just my whole focus was on being a footballer. But like you said, I would definitely have played.
Yeah.
I would play now, but I'm just like
That
scared
Braintree won't give you a game.
Never, again. No, but I would play now, but I'm scared of like getting injured. Because my mate, who I was playing for, I was like messing about playing for like Aylesbury, and just because my mate was playing. And one Christmas, I got a message from his dad. He snapped his leg in half, and I'm just thinking, that's me done, not playing.
Yeah.
Don't
It
need
took you 2 days to get over a cruise,
that was a free day. That was a free day injury.
He had Easter coming up. We don't want to be on his back all
So,
Easter.
no,
We
so I was
sang
like-
right lemons. I'll tell you what I nearly was, a fireman.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, I went in for firefighter and didn't get very far, basically.
Not as good banter, is it?
To be fair, it's a good group of boys there. We went there, we had to do a rat run. So
Yeah.
what they do, they put you on with all the gear. Remember, I'm 18, and I'm 18 in a 15-year-old's body. So you imagine, like, I fucking weigh like 9 stone soaking wet. And I've got all the fire gear on, like jackets, and they make it a bit heavy. You got all the gas cylinders on, the big helmet thing, and then they put you like a smoke mask on, boom, so you can like 5% visual. You're like, oh fuck, where am I? There's me like walking round like jacket like a foot long. So you imagine that, and then they stick you in a rat run. Like there's a cage, and then you got to pick up a body that weighs your body and pull it out. I just couldn't do it. So basically, he said, "Well, you won't be any good, will you? Because in case there's someone dying in a fire, I'll be no, but I'm fast, fast runner.
I'll get the cats in the tree. That's my job.
I'll be up there like a whippet.
That cat down.
Listen, everyone's got different strengths here, and mine's no strength.
Your biggest
But
strength
yeah,
is
I
no
swear,
strength.
I've done that, and then we done a written test that wasn't so good. So basically, I failed with flying colours. But yeah, I really wanted to be a firefighter back in the
Yeah.
day.
Also, that'd be so fun. Imagine like being in a house fire or something, and then Jimmy runs and goes, "All right,
You alright? I've been warm in here, isn't you? Fucking hell.
Open the door.
Cat's like, fucking get that fucker up there. Let me get this. Watch this. Hey, got him.
I can carry the cat." It's time for your other little feature in, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This is you've got a lot of features this series, haven't you?
Oh, don't complain about it, mate.
No,
Maybe
no,
if
I've
you,
really enjoyed them.
Well, I was going to say maybe if you write your own feature, but I haven't done anything yet. This one
Just
isn't
a load of
even-
promises, this
isn't
series.
mine.
Ian, at some
someone's
point,
given
we'll
me
do
this.
something.
Right, this is Bulldog versus the Guest, where we get FIFA ratings and see what you thought your ratings were in FIFA. So this is FIFA 2007.
Are you sure me and Kev made the game?
Yeah.
Who was you playing?
This is back in
was at-
2007.
Did they have the full squad for MK Dons on 07 FIFA?
I was at Brecon.
What did he say? I was not even on the bench with only
Who
one
was you playing
striker
for
at
in
the club.
2007?
I was playing for
Speed of 3.
QPR, Plymouth, MK Dons.
What, in that 1 year?
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
I tell you what,
not
though,
looking
if
good. It's not looking good for me.
Your ratings at Plymouth, though, I bet you knocked some in that league on FIFA, didn't you?
Well, we was in Championship, so
What,
not really.
Plymouth? All right.
Yeah, I left QPR to go to Plymouth on loan. We actually had a good team down there, Plymouth. Ian Holloway was manager. It was a good team.
And who was the other
And
team
then
you
they
played
just
for?
got skinned. And then I was QPR, then in 2000. Then I went to Plymouth on loan. And then at the end of the season, and then I went to MK Dons.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Right. So
Can't
let's
stand.
That's where you were, yeah.
Okay.
What about, so who do you reckon got the best finishing?
Finishing.
I would say
Finishing.
Kev because he's striker.
Well, I'd like to think so, but...
Is it done on percentage?
It's done out of 100, I think.
Yeah, so
So
yes,
I'd-
the
I'd-
answer to that is
I
Ian.
put Kev
Yeah.
on 68%. No, 78%. I put myself on 68%.
Oh, 73 each.
Oh.
Weren't bad. Right in the mixer there. Though. Basically split it in half.
So
didn't
say
I?
that, you
I
got
was just shooting on sight. Yeah.
He's got his shoes!
You're 40 yards
Also,
out.
so what?
Yeah, your optimism rating.
How old are you? Because these are different points in your career. How old are you, Kevin?
I'm 39.
You're 39. How old are you?
36.
36. Oh, yeah, because you sort of...
Who were you playing for at the time?
At 36.
Fulham. No.
Because you would have...
No, in 2007.
2007, how long ago that was? That's 7 years ago, so I'd be 29. I would have been at Hull.
Hull.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. Fulham.
Fulham. Nearly in Hull.
You was at Fulham, yeah.
Yeah.
Always look ahead, always look ahead.
What about acceleration?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's me. Acceleration, I'm up there, I don't care. I'm quicker than him.
Yeah, you're right. It's 73 again for Bullard. 66.
That's a disgrace.
You're 66%. What's going on?
You're ready. If you're asking both and get them to do a point each. So, like, asking both.
Fuck off, producer.
Joel didn't fucking butt in. Now, don't you tell us how the show's going to go. This is our show, made by us. Beckett's the man. Don't you fucking pipe up. Rob, that's been you fucking show.
What do you think I should do?
I think we should get a new producer in. Sam Pearson's having a pop.
Some fucking prick that knows what he's on about.
Right, so finishing. Right, who am I giving points to? Well, Jimmy got it wrong, so we'll give a point to Kev. Acceleration, Jimmy. I'm making it up because I've got
I've got a 1 in 100 shot here.
Let's just
I'll fucking let him answer and I'll win it all day long.
It's 1-all. We'll do it. Whoever's closest.
Well, we didn't even have a go.
Because I was closer.
We're picking up now. Right. So, okay, so these are the new rules. It's 1-all, inexplicably. Shot power. So you got to guess what you thought your shot power rating was. Whoever gets the closest to their respective shot power rating wins a point.
At least 95 at least.
5% power with a wink, by the way. I'm going to go nice and safe because, to be fair, I scored some worldies back then.
Power ones?
I would say 78.
Ooh, Jimmy Bullard wins it. 75. Kevin, you were close to 95. 70.
Who's doing this?
Oh, listen. Hey, proper brand EA Sports, mate. They know what they're on about.
To be fair, this was at the end of your career, Kevin, wasn't it?
Not really.
Obviously not.
4 years left.
Not end of your career, not by choice. Just enforced.
I still had a bit of power in my shot.
Not according to
Mention
FIFA
it, hit him up against the
2007.
subs wall.
I was in the stand.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to get the latest stats from Kevin Gallen, but he's not even making the bench for MK Dons. It's
No,
really
they're not even making it.
just
This is
guessing.
bullshit.
Di Matteo actually did the ratings for this.
Or
They're
John
definitely
Gregory.
guessing them based
Not
off
Pards.
this last one. So this one's only out of 10 this time. What do you think your goalkeeper reflexes were?
Oh my
How
God,
have
this
they
is
fucking
absolute
judged this?
a farce. Farcical. My goalkeeper, I would
Chat
go
70
6.
power.
I'd go 4.
Oh, it's a tie.
5.
Bullard's on 5. Kevin is on 7. You're not a bad goalkeeper.
How do they know that? I've
I
never
know
played
that.
goal
I
in my
think that
life.
is 7 out of 100 as well, isn't it? Because you
No,
wouldn't-
it's not. It's that,
7 out of 10.
Oh, is
like
out of
a
100?
fucking good goal.
I might play for England.
that's
with
more
them
than he's got a
stats.
shot power.
I'm a better keeper and I didn't even know it.
So I think if we
Still
give
be
1
playing
point
now.
each, that's 3-2. 3-2 to Jimmy.
Oh, I'd stop listening halfway through.
It's hard doing quizzes.
It is hard
when
doing
you
quizzes.
don't know what the rules are or what you're asking.
When you ain't got any
Mate, just a
questions.
little
it's
bit of
poor.
prep, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was quite fun, wasn't it?
That was a good one.
We enjoyed that, didn't we?
7 out of 10.
Right, I think we're just sort of signing off now. That's just what's written down on a bit of paper. Also, as well, if you want to let us know you're up to any questions for us, #MagicSponge, and let us know. We'll answer your questions next week. Thanks very much, Kevin. You've been brilliant.
Cheers,
Thank
Kev.
you.
Thanks
See you
for
next
coming
week.
on, mate.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
The Magic Sponge is a Pick Shoe production for Dave and is produced by Sam Pearson.